regularly.
Long peninsula that sits in the Pacific breach between mainland Russia and Alaska. Its isolation has long ensured its pristine beauty. Roughly the size of the British Isles, it's a breathtaking finger of land dotted with mountains and geysers, forests, lakes and meadows. For most of this century, Kamchatka was the site of strategic Soviet military bases. The outside world was shut out. Until now. The curtain has at last lifted, and these are among the first images to explore this unspoilt haven and its vast natural wonders. But Kamchatka's emergence is a mixed blessing. Untouched and bountiful as the land is, so are its natural resources. To a land newly taken with capitalism and starved for hard cash, Kamchatka seems ripe for exploitation. Its rivers are stocked with salmon. Its forests, so dense they're impenetrable, but for the wildlife that inhabit them. It is rich with the potent energy of intense hydrothermal activity. Across Kamchatka, the raw climate and volcanic soil form a fertile bed for vegetation. The woods and meadows are home to galleries of rich and varied flora. Stone birch trees give way to a host of alpine flowers. The tundra is lush with berries. The banks of wild rivers and hot springs are verdant and overgrown. But summers here are brief. Plants must rush to take advantage of the sunlight and heat. In parts of Kamchatka, grasses grow as much as 7.5 centimeters in a single summer's day. When the vernal sun beckons, the giants of Kamchatka appear. The brown bears emerge from hidden dens for a seasonal windfall, to fish in rivers and streams clear as glass. They come to gorge themselves on salmon that fill the waters, running upstream to spawn. This is the same species as the grizzly bears of North America. This rarely glimpsed ritual offers a window onto the habits of wild brown bears in this pristine land. While they are Earth's largest land carnivores, brown bears eat an enormous variety of foods. But as they prepare for their winter-long hibernation, they hunger for a singular delicacy. The spawning salmon offer one of nature's most irresistible banquets. Each brown bear employs a distinctive fishing style. Some favour a pragmatic approach, waiting patiently, then striking. Others put their heart into it, plunging headlong into the stream. Whatever the method, these bears won't rest until they've wreaked havoc among the panicking salmon. Brown bears are the ultimate loners. To enjoy their catch in private, the bears often retreat into hiding. That they must indulge their appetite in the presence of others makes this a stressful time. On a hidden stream winding through the thicket, a young bear practices his fishing skills. Survival of cubs depends solely on a mother's ability to protect and to teach. Cubs must learn what to eat, where and how to get it. At roughly 2.5 years old, a cub will be on his own. Newborn brown bears may weigh as little as half a kilogram. Depending on their environment, adult males can reach heights of 3 meters and weigh 700 kilograms. Because of their large size, brown bears must go on true eating binges. During these fleeting months of plenty, they devour up to 40 kilograms of food a day. With salmon on the menu, they can average as many as 20 fish at a sitting. With the end of summer and the arrival of colder weather, the brown bear will eat even more, boosting calorific intake to ensure survival during a long winter hibernation. As if on cue, the salmon are running. Kamchatka sees to it that its brown bears will never be wanting. Summer is no less a busy time along the peninsula's rugged shores. Two species of guillemot, the common and the brunix, cling to craggy perches high upon the cliffs, often side by side. These penguin lookalikes can lay eggs on the rocks without a nest. The pear-shaped egg shouldn't roll off its rocky ledge. The guillemots, tufted puffins and a myriad of other bird species work hard to eke the most out of summer. A young kittiwake begs its parent for food. Its persistence is rewarded in this time of plenty. Survival belongs to the fittest and to the most demanding. Pelagic cormorant chicks scrap for every morsel. On the watch for predators, this marmot is ready to send a high-pitched whistle as a warning. From afar, Stella's sea lions basking on rocky outcroppings in the breakers blend in with the backdrop, almost unnoticed. But others who share their seascape are impossible to miss. Come summer, like the bears and blossoms, they emerge. Though for the Pacific walrus, the temperate season is hardly welcoming. Their familiar Bering Sea ice pans have melted, forcing them to endure the summer on land. Every spring, thousands haul out onto the shoals of this island off the Kamchatka Peninsula. Unlike brown bears, walruses are highly social creatures. At this outpost, as many as 5,000 come for weeks at a time. Insulated as they are against Arctic conditions, they're ill-suited for the balmy weather. Their thick skin covers a 15-centimetre layer of blubber. And yet, even in the heat of summer, instinct prompts them to crowd together. In the group, they find protection and the company of other walruses. The herd has a strict hierarchy. The dominant male claims the most enviable position at the core of the group. Here he can enjoy the most contact. To defend his throne, he must constantly be on guard against old rivals and young bulls alike. temperatures rise, so do tempers. To the vanquished is left the insult of being banished to the outskirts. He will take his place among the mere welterweights of the herd. Bulls can grow up to nearly 4 meters in length and weigh as much as 1,700 kilograms. Sometimes a walrus will simply use the sheer mass of his body to conquer an adversary. But tusks are most often the weapon of choice. The bull with the longest usually gets the best seat in the house. A walrus's tusks grow throughout his 30 to 40-year lifespan. Amid the herd, these elongated canine teeth represent status symbols. But they're also practical tools. They provide leverage to haul out onto beaches and rocks. On the ice, they serve as picks, helping them carve out and maintain vital breathing holes. Scientists long assumed that walrus use their tusks to eat. In fact, they search out their food with their highly sensitive whiskers. They forage like they live, in herds. They might spend up to a week at a time at sea, scouring the water's bottom, feeding on mollusks, clams, crabs and worms. From this base, they swim for many kilometers to reach their feeding grounds. For now, they await the coming frost, when life on the drifting pack ice will bring them that much closer to their favorite haunts. When the next thaw brings them yet again to Kamchatka, who knows what will await them? This land is no stranger to upheaval, as ages of volcanic unrest can attest. Yet nothing compares to the cataclysmic changes unfolding here since the fall of the Soviet Union. For the first time in its history, idyllic scenes of undisturbed wildlife are under threat. Illegal poaching and legal sport hunting of Kamchatka's brown bears are suddenly widespread. No one knows how many bears now live there. Throughout Asia, bear gallbladders are used for medicinal purposes and fetch high prices, as do bear skins. Hunters pay enormous sums for the chance to bag a brown bear. The fall of communism has brought the world to Kamchatka's doorstep. Against the magnificent backdrop of Avacha Bay is the port city of Petropavlovsk. It was founded by the 18th century Danish explorer Vitus Bering, for whom the Bering Strait and Sea are named. Its proud history is past. Despite the stark appearance of the town, international business interests arrive here almost every day. They come to lay claim to the region's plentiful resources, the minerals, the oil, the furs, the fish, and timber. As the walrus rest and the brown bears fish, we are left to wonder, now that humankind has awakened to its wonders, will Kamchatka ever be the same?